I'm Jason Eakers. Welcome back to our channel at Rocky Knob Farm. Today we're on another field trip. We're at Tom's Creek Family Farm with Greg Christian. So today Greg's going to tell us a little bit about making maple syrup from start to finish.
All right. A good general overview is that springtime, it's the first crop of the year. Maple syrup is literally the first crop because you're wanting the springtime freeze and thaw cycle in the trees so the sap will start to flow out of them. The old school way of doing it was with buckets, and now we've gone to a little bit more sophisticated methods with tubing, interlocking the trees, and tubing it all the way down the building off the side of the mountain. Vermont is usually kind of, everybody thinks Vermont is a big maple producer, and they are. But they have a lot of flat ground, and so they take a lot more mechanical and a lot more power and pumps and stuff for it to work for them. But for us, we have a little bit of gravity and hills to create some vacuum force, which makes us where we can yield a lot easier, and then it falls off the hill a little bit easier into our tanks. After we get in the tank, we filter it through a regular old filter, and then we run it through a reverse osmosis machine, which cuts the sugar from the water down. So we can take roughly maybe a 600-gallon tank that's at 1% of sugar to about 80 gallons of 16 to 18% sugar. And from that, Tanner, if you want to pan in there, it goes in that big tank on your left, which is the concentrate tank. And then after that, it goes into the evaporator, which is right in front of you. And then we boil it to about 218 degrees. And we look for a Brix of 66 to 67, and then it's syrup.
So this is coming off of the hill and into the tank?
Yep, it's coming straight off the hill of the 151 trees we've got into this tank, and that's where it ends its journey off the hill here, and then from here we start processing.
How much syrup do you get a year?
Well, it depends on what Mother Nature allows us, because sometimes it's all on farming, it's weather. A good year, last year we made 42 gallons. We're hoping for at least 60 to 70 this year.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, weather has a lot of playing in weather.
Yep, you can't control none of it, and just play with it and go with it. That's all you can do.
So Greg, if you don't care, give us an explanation of, you know, if you've got, how many gallon tank would this be?
This is a 660.
So 660 of raw sap coming off the hill. Out of 600, we'll say, how many gallons of syrup after you cook it down? I know the ratio is way down. It takes a lot just to make some.
So roughly, there's a rule of law they call the rule of 86. So basically, it's whatever sugar ratio this is, and most of our trees produce 1.3, and you take that divided by 86, and then from that, we'll tell you how many gallons of raw it will take to yield 1 gallon of syrup. And this roughly, this time was 66 gallons of raw sap to make 1 gallon of syrup.
Wow. It sure takes a lot. It takes 66 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup. So you go in and you thread into the tree with your tap. So you go in the woods, you put your tap into the tree, you use it that year. Now the next year, do you use that same tap, or do you have to go back and re-tap? How does that work?
Every year we have to go back and cut the taps of it off, and then every year the tree will actually heal itself over. So next year you're looking at a spot of where the borehole was. It'll be healed over, and you'll look at it and take it as a diamond. In the center of that diamond is your old tap hole. You'll move over 4 to 6 inches one way, and then down 2 to 3. And that gives you a fresh area to tap in for next year. Luckily our trees grow a lot faster than they do up north, so that's one of the good things about being down south.
So have you ever tried hauling the sap versus feeding it gravity fed?
Yeah, we actually have 2 other sugar bushes, one near Wayne and one near Lavalette. They're both about 150, 120 taps, and then we haul in the back of our big pickup truck in a big 330-gallon tank.
It makes a lot more work.
It makes a lot more work. But we're fortunate we've come a long way. We pump it with a big 1.5 inch pump line, and it pumps directly into the here from the outside, so we don't even have to open the door to get the heat out. So
Greg, if someone was interested on a smaller scale or wanted to tap their own trees and bring you to do that, Is that something you could do? And is it a myth that it hurts trees, or can you hurt trees by tapping?
You can hurt them, but that's only if you over tap them. Typically, you're looking like maybe 8 to 10 inches for one tap, and then you're looking at 16 inches minimum for 2 taps. And if a tree's got 2 runners up and they're both the appropriate size, you can put a tap in each of them. The key thing is just being responsible and knowledgeable of what you're doing so you don't hurt your forest. But a tree only needs less than 15–20% of the sugar that it stores to bring out its spring bloom. So it doesn't really hurt it, but just being responsible is the main thing.
Well, I think a lot of farmers, would, if they were educated enough and knew, I think it'd be a lot easier to get other places to tap if they actually knew that you were responsible and you wasn't going to damage their timber.
Yeah, a lot of it is because up north they've been doing it for so long and tapping and stuff. It actually, the maple, when it comes out to harvest the actual tree, it becomes a vanity wood. It makes it very popular for furniture and stuff like that. So there's added benefits of actually tapping, just for the pure thing if you want to sell your wood off later down the road too. So
it's time for a taste test.
All right, boys, give me your spoons. Oh, it's going everywhere. Oh, turn it over. There we go.
Go ahead, try it out, Finn.
That's good.
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 You like it?
We're good.
Made right here in Wayne County.
What?
Made right here in Wayne County.
I think you've got a new employee. I'll be the taste tester.
Greg, we appreciate you having us today.
Thanks for watching, kids. Like and subscribe. We got more videos uploading right now. This syrup from Tom's Creek Family Farm is wonderful.